Today I'm going to share a story with you which has happened just last night with me. Me and my family were going for a movie Kantara last night in the project Galaxy Blue Sapphire. So we parked our car in basement, then the Audi is on 5th and 4th floor. So we are moving from a lift to 4th floor from basement. I was with my family, then there is a couple. When the lift was moving, they have seen shop on ground and first floor. All the shops were vacant. Then they were like, "यार सारी दुकानें खाली पड़ी हैं." So then it came to my mind, and that sentence got stuck in my mind. That those investors who have invested in this particular retail shop got stuck. Their investment is not giving any return on that particular amount which they have invested. Or else that maintenance which they are paying from their pockets. So this is gonna be burden for that client who have invested in the shop in Galaxy Blue Sapphire Plaza. The shop majorly first, second and third floor is vacant on Galaxy Blue Sapphire. Then it make me realize, look, these are the investors who have trusted on their consultant before investing, but now they got stuck. What about that consultant who has guided him for this particular investment? Now the point is it a buyer fault or a developer fault or a consultant fault? So I just want to raise few questions towards the buyer and the consultant also today. Now the point is that particular project was started in somewhere around 2018-19. They start selling their retail shop. They have sold all this retail shop by saying that we are dedicatedly having floors. On third floor we will be having the electrical shop, and first floor we will be having the retail shop F&B. At that time the people got impressed by that particular scheme which has been developed by the developer. And now what I am seeing is that those shops are vacant from last 3 to 4 years. So I just want to give an advice to all the investors: before buying any property, don't trust your consultant blindly. Reason being, that consultant got their incentive or commission. Now that investment got stuck, and simultaneously there is a fault of buyer also, because at that time I was also doing some commercial project. I was telling that other investor to not to invest in this particular project because that particular project is high street commercial, and those retail shop was around 250 square feet, 300 square feet. Now you just imagine, in a shop, then we have around 15 or 1600 shop in a project from first to third floor. The shop size is about 250 or 300, and the capital will be half. So in 300 square feet shop, you will be getting an area of 150 square feet. You will be having a shop of 10 by 15. Now you just imagine what you will do in that particular small area. So this is also one of the reason when you are going to buy any shop, you have to look out for the shop which is bigger in size, and you have to look that in this particular project, are there any brand who is taking shape? Is there any good brands which is buying property or on lease? Like they also have west side on ground, first and second floor. That west side is on front. So that west side is giving a good rental value to the customer who have invested. But what about those investors who have invested from first to third floor retail shop? My advice to them is, don't go for a shop which is smaller in size. Always go for a project which have retail shop on ground or first floor, and they also have a leasing provision in that particular project. Means if you have a project which is about, they have 250 or 300 or 400 shop, but important part is, are those shop having any good brands with them? Means the developer are also coming with their brands. Means if you are having 250 shop or 400 shop, how many shops are on lease? So what will happen is that is, like if you have 150 shop which is on lease, now means the point is the brands are coming. Once the brand used to come, then the footfall got increased. In that scenario, let's take an example. If I was going along with my family on Bata and buying any property, any product, like I'm going for a shopping for my kid, then I will go for like Zudio. Then next to it I saw that there is a Bata showroom also. Then what I will do is that I will buy it. I will do shopping for my kid, and if there is any need of any boot or any formal wear, I will go to Bata. So the point is, now if there will be any third shop which will be of any brand or like any individual shop, the most importantly, now the footfall got increased, the buyer is coming. So in that scenario, there are few chances that the project got commercial hit. else there will be a big flop. And don't go for a shop which is like 300 square feet or 250 square feet. Always go for a bigger shop. And if you want to invest in commercial property, my advice to all the investor and users is that go for a society shop, because in that society shop there will be around, let's take an example, 1500 apartments are there. There will be around 6 to 7,000 people there in that particular society. So they hardly have about 22 shop. So there are probability that those shop will be like give you a good rental yield, because you can understand if you are opening any grocery shop or any saloon in it, it will surely work. So highly recommended that always go for a commercial which is in society, and look out for commercial if you are going for any particular project, or that particular project is planned in such a way that the brands are also coming, that they have a leasing team who is helping in your lease. And try to buy a shop at least 5 to 600 square feet. This is my commercial perspective of the shop, and for more you can connect with us. I will give you my number on the screen. Thank you so much.